Hey guys, welcome back to dungeongurunet. This is nethervoid, also known as John, doing another strategy series for you this week, and you can see the tank I'm doing this week. The IS-8, the Tier 9 Russian heavy tank that just came out with 7.3. 7.3 is, now I'm starting to get confused. Yeah, I guess that would be 7.3 because 7.4 is the French TDs and stuff. So anyway, this tank is pretty amazing. It's one of my favorite Tier 9 tanks. A lot of that is because if you've been watching my channel for a while and you watched a lot of my videos, you know, to me, the gun is the most important part of the tank. And a lot of that's because buildings have 1,000,000 armor, so I can just hide behind a building if my armor sucks. But if my gun sucks, there's nothing I can do about it. So this gun is ridiculous, I'll just say right off the bat, with 268 pen, 400 damage. Really, was it 400? Yeah, 440 damage. Really nice gun, pretty accurate, pretty speedy aim times, which is really weird for a Russian tank. And another thing that's awesome about this tank is it's really fast and agile, which is kind of weird for a heavy tank, but that's the way it is. This is kind of, I think I've said it about one other tank, and I can't remember which one now. Oh, it was the KV-1S. This is kind of like a medium tank. It is a little slower than a medium, but it has great maneuverability. It's very agile, and it gets up to pretty good speeds. I've had this thing up to, like, I think it's 39 kilometers per hour on a flat. I think that was in Himmelsdorf on really nice terrain. But that is awesome. And the reason you need that, and the reason it's so good for this tank, is because I use this tank basically to try to control the flow of the battle. When I see one side getting crushed or somebody having a hard time, I try to get over there with this tank, jack the guy up, try to double team the guy, let that guy go, and let him go off on do other things. Then I look other places in the mini-map for there to be trouble, and I drive over there and try to support those areas. And you can do that with this tank, especially on city maps where there's paved ground, because your tank gets up to speed pretty quick. This tank does. So that's pretty much how you play this tank. It's kind of a quick responder, shock troop. This is going to prepare you for the IS-7. The difference between this tank and the IS-7 mainly, well, of course, this tank's armor is not nearly as good as IS-7's, but what really is the difference, the main difference is with the IS-7, it's a lot harder to move around like you would with this tank and bounce around on the map because artillery's following you like a lost puppy. They just want to bomb the crap out of you, and so it's really hard in IS-7 to get that mobility and jump all around the map because, first of all, people are gunning for you, and second of all, artillery's trying to drop a bomb on you. That's like their main job when they see Tier 10s. So that's pretty much how you play this tank. Let's go over some stats. 1,780 hit points is almost the lowest out of all the Tier 9s. The only other Tier 9 medium or heavy that's lower is the French. I think it's 50-120, or is it 100-120? I can't remember. 50-120, I think it's called. It's got 1,750 hit points. Everything else has 1,800, or some tanks have 1,900 something hit points. So that's a significant difference there. It's not going to be total game changer, but it's definitely a difference. Like when you're hanging on with 1 or 2 points in a tank that has more hit points than this tank would have been dead. Just think of that. So 51 tons pushed around by 750 horsepower. That is where this tank rocks. That's a 15-to-1 power to weight 15-to-1 power to weight ratio. Really awesome for a heavy. That would be good on a medium even, probably. Not stellar, but it would be workable. But on a heavy tank, that's awesome. 50-kilometer speed limit. I do get up in the 40s. On the rougher terrain, you'll probably hit like the low 30s or something like that. 30 traverse is awesome, coupled with this 26 turret traverse for 56 traverse is pretty good. It's not really awesome, but the acceleration just makes this tank so sweet. It feels like you can turn on a dime when you kind of can't, because 30 traverse is not that tight. It feels awesome, and this tank is just it's when I play this tank and then I try to play other tanks that don't drive like this KV-3, that drive like regular heavies. They're slow and they're not agile at all. I tend to try to rush a little bit because I use this tank to flank a lot. I flank enemies, I try to circle them a little bit, I get behind them, I do all sorts of stuff to basically jack noobs up. But when I'm in KV-3 and some other tanks like that, it's a lot more difficult. I can kind of do the similar thing with the M103, but not as much. It's not as agile. The T-34, I try to do it and I just get jacked up because it just does not have that agility that it needs to do the stuff that IS-8 can do. 400 view range, pretty good view range. You're not going to need more than that. It's pretty decent. There are a few tanks that have more. I know the low has a little bit more than that. I'm not sure what the IS-7 has. Well, here it is. Let's just look. 402, so pretty much the same. 730 signal range, that's as much as you're ever going to need on a radio. That's as big as it'll ever need be, and that's going to get you everything you'll ever need. So you can see that's a tier 10 radio. Oh wait, let's go into weak points. Almost skipped right over them. So the weak points on this tank are fairly obvious, but we'll go over them anyway. Obviously, if you've played the IS-3 and you've seen my IS-7 video and stuff, this pike area, right below where the welds are, is the perfect place to hit this tank. It's where the weakest armor is, and it's the flattest surface. The lower down you go with your gun, the more of an angle your gun is getting on that armor. So right under that apex right there is the best place to shoot this tank. If you can't hit that because he's hiding it, shoot him right in that driver hatch is another good place to hit him. If he's angled like this, shoot anywhere on this flat armor, right here, right behind the light. I'm not sure which side it's on, but usually these tanks have ammo. Have some ammo right behind these lights. I couldn't figure out which side it was on because I couldn't find a model for it. Let's see, where else can you shoot this thing? The cupola, but I don't think you can get a damaging hit through this viewport. You might have to hit it from the side. I'm not positive on that. Let's see, where else can you hit this thing? You do not want to hit it on this spaced armor here, because that's basically a false set of armor. So there's two armor plates. There's this one, and then there's one underneath it. So even if you get penetration here, you probably won't penetrate the interior, and this runs all along the side here. It's effectively like over 200 millimeters of armor. Just don't shoot them there. If you're shooting on the side, just shoot right into this track. Well, really, with 80 hull armor, you can shoot anywhere you want. I forgot to go over the hull armor. 120 millimeters of armor in the front, not very good. 80 and on the sides and 60 in the back. Really not good armor, but that's kind of what you expect with a lighter tank like this. And when you go up against someone, you want to put your tank directly at the enemy and try to hide that apex of your tank and swivel it around a little bit so they have a hard time hitting you right in that spot. Maybe they'll hit up here, you know, maybe they'll have a hard time hitting that one little spot. But if you angle it like this, they're going to hit this really nice, easy to pen flat armor here and probably ammo rack you. The front turret has great armor, so get your turret in people's face. Hold down if you can. The gun depression's not very good, so best bet is just get in people's face. They're going to have a hard time going through your turret armor. The side turret armor is still decent, especially with it's got an add an angle. If you're shooting at the side, you always want to hit the hull. Side of the back is always the hull, except the back of the turret is 50 armor, so that's a pretty good spot to hit. And I would imagine that there's some ammo back here too. Again, I couldn't find a model. So those are the weak points. Now let's do modules. So we kind of already talked about the radio. You should have, let's see, pretty sure you're going to have this radio. Where's the IS-3? There it is. You're at least going to have that radio. And this, okay, you'll have the tier 10 radio. Throw it on right away. It's a nice 730 meters. You're never going to have to worry about it again. The tracks have a decent mobility upgrade. That's less than 10% though. But if you, and the load limit does go up quite a bit, up to 58.9, but you don't need the tracks to get the turret or the gun, so they're really only needed at the very end for that little bit of mobility increase. The engine, nope, you won't have any engines, it looks like. I got this tank free when I unlocked it from 7.3, so, or when they gave it to us from 7.3, so I didn't have to grind this thing out. But 700 horsepower engine's not really that bad. It's still going to feel pretty fast and pretty agile. 750 is obviously better, but it's not like you're going to be hurting just because you don't have this 750 horsepower engine. The turret, the upgrade is very minimal just on the view range there, and you don't even get a traverse upgrade, so there's not much. There's going to be a slight hit point upgrade, and I don't know how much it is because I'm not going to buy that just to show you. It's typically 100 hit points or so. So again, not a big upgrade. The gun, this is where you have huge upgrades. You should be starting out with the BL9 with the 225 pen, 390 damage gun that you had from the IS-3. Throw that sucker on right away, and you should be sitting pretty to grind out this T2 268 pen gun. Once you throw this thing on, this tank is seriously ridiculous. I think this is the same gun that the IS-7 gets. 268 440. Let's look. It actually has more pen. A little bit less damage, but more pen. That's interesting. I did not know that. I think the reload speed's a little slower. Yeah, it's a slight bit slower. But this is a tier 10 gun. I mean, I don't mean just a tier 10 like the tier says 10 here. This is a gun you would find on a tier 10 tank. It's a very awesome gun, and the reload is actually pretty good on it. It's under 5 seconds. Or wait, that's bad. That's actually, so it reloads faster than the IS-7. 4.72, it's actually not that bad. It would probably be better if I had a rammer on here, which I don't, and I don't have a vent, and I'll explain that in a minute. So this gun is amazing. When you get this gun, you're gonna think this tank is just ridiculously awesome. The 225, the BL9 is okay, but it's definitely a tier 8 gun that you have on tier 8s. You need this 268 pen gun. So let's talk about some IS-8 tech tree is actually really simple. You're gonna have these 2 radios unlocked and the BL9 from the IS-3. So obviously you're gonna throw these radios on right away, and the BL9 fits on right away. You don't even need the tracks, and that's pretty cool for a stock tank. The next thing you're gonna go after is this T2, because you don't need the turret or the tracks to get the T2, so just get that immediately and throw it on. Then after that, I would get, this is a tough one. Probably the engine, because it's the biggest upgrade. I'd probably get the engine, then I would get, man, the turret. Probably the turret, because this only gives you like a 2-degree turn speed radius or increase, and this gives you, well, it does give you a load increase, which does help with mobility, I think. I'd probably get tracks and then the turret, because the turret is really not much of an upgrade. It's just an upgrade kind of to turning speed and a little bit of hit points. So I'd probably get the T2, the engine, the tracks, and the turret. And that's pretty much this tech tree. It's not very big. And then obviously the IS-7. Alright, back from research. Let's do some equipment. I don't have any on here, but this is pretty simple. The standard vent, rammer, and the vert stab. I'm pretty sure it gets it. Yes, it does. So that's a pretty standard. There's no need to go over anything else. I wouldn't get any of these other things. Those 3 pieces are the best. Vent, rammer, vert stab. AP and HE, this is definitely how I do it. This tank has such high pen that you don't need hardly any HE. In fact, you could probably just go 30 AP, 0 HE, really. I mean, I just keep 3 just because, I don't know, maybe might be a reason I need it. I don't know. Consumables, full rack of consumables with the fire extinguisher, small repair kit, and small heal kit. Pretty standard there as well. For me, for tier 7 and above, I go with the full rack of these consumables. Now, crew. Your crew should look a lot better than this. You should probably have 2 secondaries unlocked when you have this tank, and especially when you're grinding out for that big gun. Once you get the big gun, you should definitely have 2. I got this crew for free at 100% when I got this tank, so they're a little bit behind. But as you can see here, this is what I would do with the first skill. I'm always going to go with Mentor on my commander. I just want my crew to train up faster. I just think it makes sense. Everybody else, I go repair. This hurts me a little more than with other crews because I am only getting 75% of the benefit I would than if my crew had all repair. Not a huge deal, I don't think, especially since when this thing hits 100%, I'm switching all this out for Brothers in Arms, and I'm going to do my second skill with this same set you're looking at here. When I get to my third set of skills, I'm not going to go for perks because those are only active at 100%. Because by the time you hit the third secondary skill, it's going to be growing very slowly. I'm going to get, for my commander, I'm going to get probably recon. There's not a lot of other things to get, and that'll increase my view range by 2% when it's 100%, which you should never get to. For gunner, snapshot, that's kind of like a mini vert stab in a sense. For the driver, I'm going to go with off-road driving because on sand maps and ice maps and stuff, I don't want to lose a lot of mobility because I'm on that rough terrain, so I'm just going to get off-road driving. Most people would probably go with clutch braking, which I understand that, but this thing has such great turning speed, I would think it's not as good as off-road driving. For the loader, again, his third perk probably will never kick in, but I'm going to go with probably the safe stowage to give my ammo rack a little bit more durability, especially since the armor is so weak on this tank. And that'll give me plus 2.5% to ammo rack durability. So those are the crew and skills, and that's everything on this tank. Let's get into a couple games. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, for the first game, I got a game on Fisherman's Bay, and I kind of wish I would show you some different ways to drive this map, but, well, with heavies, to me, there's only one way to go on this map. Most maps with cities, that's where the heavies should be. And the reason I say that is because that's probably where the enemy's heavies are going to be. So you definitely need... The heavies' job is to find the other heavies and jack them up. Because they're the ones that can go toe-to-toe. They're the brawlers. They can get in there and deal with those heavies and not have to run away every 5 seconds to make sure they don't get shot. So to me, that's kind of what the heavies should be doing, is finding the other heavies. Now, the reason the cities are a big magnet for heavies is they can hide from arty that way. They don't get, there's there's a much better cover from arty in the cities. Sorry about that. So that's definitely why I go here. Now, I'm very exposed to artillery here, but I'm just waiting to, if I can catch a guy coming up this street right here, I'm going to jack him up. And I have to be straight, which actually exposes me more to arty, because I'm trying to give that guy the front of my armor like that. Normally I would angle a little bit when I'm doing this, but again, I don't want to, if I get seen first, I'll probably get shot at before the arty gets a chance to zero in on me, and I can back up and know I've been spotted at that point. So what do we got coming up? 35, the 1375, getting jacked up. Okay, T-32, that's a very good tank. Tier 8 heavy. I love that tank. In fact, I kind of wish I wouldn't have sold it, but you got to sell these tanks because that's how you buy the next tier. It's really hard to keep a tank. Oh, T-30, got to be careful for that guy. He's got a huge gun. It's really hard to get the next higher tank without selling the previous tank, especially you get into these higher tiers like this. You're just grinding out that money forever. So there's the 1375, and I didn't get a chance to zoom in all the way, and I missed. It was worth taking the shot, though, because if I would have hit him, that would have been a huge help to our team. He can unload some massive damage. Now, I knew I was going to take a hit here from the 32, but I wanted to get my damage off on him because I do way more damage than he does, and it's kind of a war of attrition at that point. Battle of attrition. Now, again, I know I'm going to get hit, but I'm going to take him out. Oh, I didn't. He missed me, or he bounced. Now he's dead. Again, backing up behind the million armor city wall there. Now let's flank this T-30. Got to get him out of the game. His gun is huge. I track him, but I don't get enough any damage. I probably should have zoomed in. Sometimes you just figure you're in it. I mean, that should have been a damaging shot. Now, I am on rougher terrain. I think this is probably the medium terrain. It's probably not rough. But it would be nice to have the off-road driving here to help me out. I think this terrain, it's only +2. I get arty'd here. Luckily, he didn't hit me, get a head-on shot. I think this is only it only helps you 2.5% on this terrain, so it wouldn't help a lot. But now it's time to get back to cover. I got arty zeroed in on me. See if I can find some cover, and there should be a couple tanks to jack up in here. At least the 1375, I think, is still back here. So I'm kind of doing a little bit of serpentine, so if the arty is looking at me, he's not going to have a clear shot. He's going to have to move his cursor around. He's going to have to try to guess where I'm going to be. And he should hopefully fail at it. There's the arty. I think I just spotted him. I think that was me spotting him. Oh, man, Lorraine. This could be really bad news. He gets my weak side armor. Trying to get a shot off him before he's backing up because I saw he's backing up. And now I'm back where I can use my armor to my advantage. Okay. Lorraine, see, he should have just stayed out there and started messing with me, especially if after he saw me shoot. 25-2 or /2. That's a decent tank, but I'm not worried about it. Its gun is pretty pathetic for tier. Well, he's only tier 7, right? Yeah, it's not that bad. So, boom! He takes 2 shots, one from me, one from the other guy. I'm gonna go in for ram kill, but I think I'm going a little too slow. Yeah, not enough speed on that. I was thinking about getting the ramming skill with this, but like uphill, you just don't really get enough speed to do any good with it. On level terrain, you can do some damage, even if I can get 100 or 150. That's decent damage. Adding to my gun is really nice. A couple wild shots. The accuracy is not terribly great on this gun, but it's still good. Now this guy is AFK, but you take him out anyway just in case he comes back to the game. Some people do that. I've seen it happen before, and I don't want to get shot by that arty because I was, you know, not taking that guy out. T25-2, about to get juiced. Boom! Now I might be able to get a ram kill here, and he gets shot. That's okay. Tiger P, again, I want to get my turret on this guy. I think he's only got the short 88, but I don't care. I don't want to take any chances. Bam! See, only 55 damage. I should have got more than that. Maybe it's because this tank is not that heavy. 55 tons, you would think that would be enough. Oh, he moves right at the... Ah, man, that sucks. BAM! This KV-4 is all PO'd because this tank's really slow and doesn't understand about putting your turret on somebody. Some people talk so much smack when they have like a tier 8 or 9 tank. I don't know why. And he's tier 8. I don't get it. Maybe he's... Oh, what would Patton do? Hey, Dyer, if you're watching this... Or Darkling, sorry. You might want to talk to that guy. No, I'm just kidding. No, I can't make the game reload faster. Okay. That's not what I'm talking about. That's okay. Hey, we all talk smack. I was doing it last week in the video. Everybody talks smack. That's kind of what you do in this game. It's kind of a FPS, so what do you expect, right? So, I'm just going to fast forward this. There's really nothing else to show you, and this game just takes a little while. I just want to come when I show you my XP and the tanks I kill. So we won this game. I didn't show you the relocating too much. I'll show you that in the next game. 1450 experience game. I'm not sure. I think I only have the tier 2 badge with this thing. Although I should have maybe a tier 1. I don't think I have the mastery badge. I haven't had enough games in this thing to have a mastery badge. I haven't played it enough to get it. But let's look at, I did not get any, no medals, killed 3 guys, damaged 3 guys, and detect, yes, I did detect that already. 9 out of 10 shots, probably if I'd have shot one more, I would have got a sniper. And 45,000 credits, really nice for a tier 9. And I took actually half tank damage, so it's not that bad. Of course, this is a premium account, but I still would have made money. So, really good game. Let's show you a game where I'm jumping around the map a little bit more. This time I'm on Himmelsdorf, which is my favorite map in the game. It was my first map I ever played, and it's just always been my favorite because it's a city map. And I think city maps are best for people like me who like to play mainly mediums, heavies. Well, I don't like to play lights, but it's even good for light tanks because there's cool areas like hills and stuff to utilize. But definitely for heavies and medium tanks. I think TDs and SPGs have a harder time because, mainly TDs, because this game's not really set up for TDs. Like, take this map, there's really no cover at all. And for SPGs, this is not a good map because you can't shoot over the city structures. But for heavies and mediums on, this is great. It's great tactics. Lots of different places you can go, lots of different places to flank. There's not just like 2 lanes like on some maps. Really, there's like 5 or 6. And I love that about this map. So we got a Bat Shack coming into the M26. And this is where I show you how I'm going to help this guy out because I want to make it a 2v1 instead of a 1v1, or this guy's going to get eaten. That Bat Shack pumps out so much damage that there's no way this guy will survive. See, he's doing 286 per shot. He's got 6 shots, so I'm going to go help this guy out to hopefully make sure he does not die. So here I come, and I hit the guy, but I must have hit him in the track. It doesn't even do anything. So I'm blocking the shot here. My buddy does shoot me in the back, but luckily it doesn't do any damage. And I'm going to get my 500 damage right in his face. Boom! Looks like the IS-7's helping out. And ram kill. Yeah! So by doing that, I keep this M26 in the game on our side. The M26 is a great tank. And if I can keep him on our side, on this side, and not have him die, that's a really big boon for our team, especially since I basically flipped it. What would have been us having 1 tank down and them having a Bat Shat still, now we still have our M26 and they're down a Bat Shat, so technically it's a 2 sway. I just swayed the game by 2 tanks. So we're also going to double team this 103. The 103 is a great tank. And just me versus him, I'd say it'd be a pretty even fight, but not with me in the IS-7. Boom! 500 damage on that guy. You just saw that. Now I gotta be careful because I can get artied right here. I believe I can. So he is pretty much dead, and IS-7's given side armor. I'm giving a little bit of side armor, but I'm not going to pop all the way out just for that. So he's basically dead. Now, I saw that at D7 we were getting overrun pretty bad, so I'm going to relocate. Now, I probably didn't relocate as much in the other game because I didn't need to. But this is when you can relocate if you need to. A lot of other heavy tanks you can't. As you can see, I'm going 36 right here, 37, really fast. Of course, a lot of this is because I'm on paved ground. But still, that's awesome for a tank like this. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Now here comes a mouse with, what is that? Oh, 75% of its health. Fighting a T-30. He's going to try to get on his side. So I just wait. Boom! Nice side shot right into his side armor there. Take a lot of damage off. We got to get this guy down fast, and hopefully the T-30 can help me out. 4502P, not great to see that guy. His gun can pen me all day. Side of the turret shot. So again, 2v1 on this mouse, and the 4502 is not really helping me much. He probably should be killing the T-30. Yeah, he's being stupid. Go for the T-30. What are you doing? Oh well. Damn, mouse was too angled at that point for me to get a penetrating shot. So now I'm hiding a little bit. And let's see if... Ooh, now he's aimed at me, but I could shoot him in the license plate in the front. But now he's going after the T-30 again. Boom! So T-30 is almost dead, but now we got a TD behind us. I think that's the Yag Tiger. Yag Tiger. Which, well, tier 8, so it's a long 88 Yag Tiger. Shouldn't be much of a problem for me. Now, I'll get hurt, but there's no way he's going to outdamage me, especially if I play peekaboo on him. His best bet, well, if he gets right in my face, he'll never be able to penetrate me. So my best bet is to drive right in his face. I don't think I do that, though. So the 1375 should not be doing what I'm doing. He should be flanking. He's trying to play like a heavy. He should not be doing that. So right in the lower plate, right near the track. Boom! Didn't get full damage, though. Would have been nice to get full damage on this guy. So while I'm reloading, he can't shoot at me. So our reload rates are basically the same. Here's another shot right in the same spot. Boom! 550. Full damage on that guy. One more shot, he should be dead. See the 1375? He should have went behind him or something. You know, he should have drove by after he shot and got behind him. Boom! You're dead. That Yag probably shouldn't have just sat there like that. We're still losing, though. I think it's because most of our other tanks were not very good players or something. They don't have any kills. Now I'm going to go support heavy lane here, heavy alley, dead man's alley. Because this guy's dealing with two heavy tanks. This is the IS-7. He's down quite a bit of hit points. Back shot, now a side shot on E75. I'll take that. Thanks. You're dead. A low now. Ooh, the IS-7's almost dead. He really needs to hide. Just back up, bro. Don't be a hero, because you're going to get killed. Now wait for me, see? I'm here helping you out. Bam! What are you doing? You're dead. He should have waited till I took more of the heat. But he didn't. Pop out when that guy's gun's on me. He'd still be alive. Boom! Bounced off 120mm low armor. I'm not really sure how that happened. I have 4 times, well, almost, well, I have 2 times the pen of his armor. So, let's get a lower plate. Bam! Upper plate hit, but I wanted to make sure I got the hit on him. Should be able to kill him now. I'm just waiting for my reload. And he's still going to get a shot off of me, though. But that's okay. Boom! Take him out of the game. Now, I'm pretty low on hit points. But now all I have to deal with is a low and a tiger. 5 kills. Looking pretty good. My hit points are really low, though. I think the low is on the hill. And I even knew that when I was waiting here. That's why I'm not driving out there too far. So I can't find him. And I'm definitely not going to just drive out. Okay, there's the tiger. Now, what I should have done here... Well, I could probably... I might be able to one-shot this... Well, get one hit on him and kill him. There's the low up on the hill. This was a stupid move by me. I should have stayed in Dead Man's Alley and then came into the center and shot him so the low couldn't shoot me. I would have won the... Well, I would have got 6 kills. I don't know if I would have won the game. Here's something interesting. 5 kills, only 1,290 experience this time. I think that's because a lot of my kills, I did not get much damage on the person. But like I did, one of them was a, you know, a ram kill. I got lots of damage on the oh, plus I'm shooting lower tier tanks, so you don't get as much XP doing that. But anyway, really good game, nice amount of credits. Let's see what I got here. I don't think I got any medals. Nope, didn't get any medals. Would have got Top Gun if I'd have killed one more guy. Killed 5, damaged 1, 16 out of 17 shots. There must have been probably the Yag Tiger got the no, nobody got. Oh, the bat got sniper. And nice game. And that's pretty much how you play this tank. Let me know what you think about this tank. And I'm probably going to sell it because I need the money to get, like, I think the Panther 2. So I'm going to see about getting that right after this this video, probably. Later, dudes.